Good morning, children. How are you all doing? Are you fine? Good. Even me too. Okay, children. Today we are going to see a supplementary called A Childhood in Malabar. What is childhood? Have you come across the word childhood? Yes. It is nothing but in Tamil, Kudandai Paruvam. So each and every one of us would have come across our childhood days. Here, the author Kamala, she has revealed the story about her childhood days in Malabar, a memoir. What is memoir? Memoir is a collection of memories that an individual writes about moments or events. Memories have been written since the ancient times. And here we can see the picture of Kamala. She is Kamala. She is popularly known by her pen name Madhavikutty. She was an Indian poet who wrote many poems in English. Basically, she is a Malayali, so she has written many stories in Malayalam. In most of her Malayalam stories or English stories, she has introduced lots of terms in Malayalam with their concerned English meaning. What are the awards and other recognitions? Kamala has received many awards for her literary contributions, including she was nominated and shortlisted for Nobel Prize in 1984, Asian Poetry Prize 1998, Kent Award for English Writing from Ancient Countries 1999, Asian World Prize 2000, Sahitya Academy Award 2003, Vayalar Award 2001, Kerala Sahitya Academy Award 2005, and so on. Okay, children, have you all been to Kerala? No. If you haven't been to Kerala, just at least see the natural sceneries of Kerala. Here there are some pics given. See, you can see in these pictures everywhere with green in color and full of water, and so pleasant to see. Next, the learning outcomes of this supplementary. Reads a variety of texts in English, identifies the main ideas, characters, sequence of ideas and events, and relates with his or her personal experience. Responds to a variety of questions on familiar and unfamiliar texts verbally in writing. As I said, Kamala has introduced many Malayalam terms with English meaning. The first one is Edathi. Edathi means brother's wife. Here, Meenakshi plays the role of Edathi. Etan. Etan is nothing but elder brother. In Tamil, we call Annan. Here, Shankaran Nair plays the role of Etan. Ammama. Even in Tamil also we call as Ammama. Ammama is nothing but mother's mother. Muttasi. Muttasi means father's mother. Then Thekini. Thekini means backyard. In Tamil we call it as Thotam. Ammai. Ammai means mother-in-law. Here Balamani, that is Kuti Oppu, is called as Ammai. The last one is Cheriyamma. Cheriyamma means in Tamil Chitti. One day Kamala and her Etan means elder brother, they both were invited to Ambarathal to attend a birthday party. She didn't even know whose birthday it was. By the time they reached Ambarathal, there was a cyclone. Malathikutti received them and she took them to a serpent shrine. Serpent shrine means, you know what is serpent shrine? It is nothing but Pambuputtu. This is called as serpent shrine. So, Meenakshi Edathi, she took some turmeric, milk and bananas for the snakes. We people, we also used to carry out some turmeric milk, bananas and egg for the serpent shrine. Now, who is Meenakshi Edathi? Yes, Meenakshi Edathi, she was a distant relative of the Ambarathal family. She was very poor and she was dependent on their generosity. She was looking dark-skinned with middle-aged. She spent her time rushing around the house and compound, which means she used to do all the house chores of the Ambarathal family. What are the duties of Meenakshi Edathi? Meenakshi Edathi, she used to welcome the oracle. What is oracle? Oracle means in Tamil we can say as Pusari. So she used to perform all the important works at home. Though there are many servants at home, Meenakshi Edathi, she plays a vital role in the Ambarattal family, like welcoming the oracle, offering of paddy during the procession, lighting all the lamps at dusk. Dusk means after the sunset is called as dusk. And churning the cow and taking out the butter for the children, and also drawing designs with the rice batter on the floor. What is rice batter? Rice batter means we call as a kolamavu. So, as in Tamil Nadu we celebrate a Pongal, during Pongal festival we used to put big rangolis on the street using the rice batter. Likewise, Onam is very famous in Kerala. Like Onam, they used to celebrate another festival called Neera festival. So during the Neera festival, they used to put big rangolis on the floor or on the street using the rice batter. So though, as I said, though there are innumerable servants in the Ambarattal family, Meenakshi Edathi plays a vital role. Without her, even a single day will not exist happily. I'll give you an example. Though there are many persons at home, no one knows how much paddy should be boiled each and every time to make enough rice for the household, or how many mundus. Mundus is nothing but lungi, as we call in Tamil, has been given to the washerman. So when the three were there near the serpent shrine, Kamala asked, "Won't the snakes come out?" So Meenakshi Edathi said, "No. So the snakes have a very keen listening capacity. So when it comes to know that some human beings are keep watching it, it doesn't come out." The name of the snake is the black Krishna Sarpam. So when no one is there, when it comes to know that all have gone away from that serpent shrine only, it comes out. After coming from the serpent shrine, soon after finishing the lunch, Kamala Das fell sleepy, so that she slept. Malati Kuti also went along with them to Nalapet. After reaching home, 1 hour later, they heard the sound of the gale. Gale is nothing but a strong wind. So due to that strong wind, the wind tore the coconut palms in the southern compound. The dry leaves that had collected around the pond swirled upward belligerently. The branches shook. The seat of the swing from the ilanji tree fell down. Amma was very much scared. She said, "If it was a cyclone," so that she asked all of us to sit in the middle room upstairs. She also gave us a metal dice. What did she give? She gave a metal dice to play with. Since there was a power fluctuation, that is, since the power was very dim, the light had grown dim. She lit a brass lamp. Muttasi, who was sitting in the southern room downstairs, called everyone and asked them to close all the small windows. Here she has introduced a term, kochu. Kochu is a term used to call out the children. Immediately the children said, "Yes, Ammi, we'll close all the windows." Even Amama said, "Yes, I too will close all the windows." They heard the sound of the rain from the southwest. It was like a vast crowd of people. When Amama went to slam the windows shut, few raindrops fell on her face. Since it was raining heavily, by 4 o'clock, it was pitch dark outside. Then Malati Kuti said that she wanted to see Kuti Oppu. She grumbled Amama that she wanted to see Kuti Oppu immediately right now. Amama said she'll come by dusk. Here the term dusk means after the sunset. The meaning of dusk is after the sunset. Antonym of dusk is dawn, sunrise. So Amama said she'll come by dusk. She also convinced Malati Kuti, "Don't worry, by evening or after the dusk, Kuti Oppu will be arriving here so that you can see her." She tried to convince her a lot. She tried to comfort her a lot, but Malati Kuti didn't get convinced with it, and she began to sob loudly. Sob means crying loudly. By the time they heard a coconut palm crashing down, Muttasi asked, "What was that? Will the house collapse?" Amama said, don't worry, it was just a coconut palm falling. I'll go and see after the rain stops. So till then, we all can sit together and say the prayers quietly. All of them took shelter in the southern room downstairs, as Amamma said. Amamma also said, don't worry, this room had the strongest ceiling. The tekini means the backyard was flooded. Flooded means with full of water. And the nalukettu means the central hall with 4 wooden pillars. In Tamil we call as vasal. So the nalukettu was also overflowing with water. Amamman sat on the bed. Amamma and grandmothers sat on the rolled up mattress on the floor. The servant woman took refuge in the makeshift toilet adjacent to the room. At that time, Ammai arrived, drenched to the skin. Drenched means completely wet. She didn't even bother about the thunder and lightning. Looking at her, Amamma asked, are you foolish? Won't you fall ill if you get wet like this? Ammai laughed. Looking at Ammai, Kuti Oppu, Malati Kuti felt very happy and she hugged Ammai. Cheriyamma, at that time she gave an idea that we can chant Aksharas Lokams in order to forget our fear. She also said that each one of us has to recite a verse so that the next person has to follow the verse with the first letter of the third line. But no one was volunteered because they were not aware of any verse or any Aksharas Lokams. Cheriyamma recited from Vallathol's Imprisoned Anirudhan. Amamma said that she can't remember even a single couplet, and now Muttasi murmured that now the house doesn't collapse. Amamman and Ammai went upstairs. The servant woman started to wail loudly, hitting her hands with her head. She wailed. Amamma asked, do you want to break open your head? The servant was very much scared and she said that, my Guruvayurappa, I don't know whether I'll see my family back again or if I could die here in this home itself. Amamma said, don't worry, you can go home in the morning as soon as the rain stops. Even Muttasi also said, don't worry, definitely the rain will stop in the morning so that you can go home back. They heard the trees crashing to the ground, a dog whinnying in the western yard. Amamma said, Ayyo, Shankara, what will happen if the cow shed crumbles? So that just bring all the cows and tie them in the washing area outside the kitchen. But Shankara said, don't worry Amamma, nothing will happen to the cow shed because the beams are quite strong. So that let the cows remain there itself. There was knee-deep water in the yard. Shankaran said, we all have to swim in the water. There is no other go. The Nalukettu, as I said, Nalukettu means a vessel which consists of 4 pillars, was also completely overflowed with water. He said, we have to swim in the courtyard of Nalukettu. Kamala Das put her hands in the water in the courtyard. The water was so chill. It was ice cold. Looking at this, Amamma shouted, don't play in the water. Immediately we got scared by the voice of Amamma and we climbed on the bed. At that time, they heard someone knocking the door near the doorstep on the southern side. So by hearing knocking of the door, Shankaran opened the door. When he opened the door, he saw a dog standing on the veranda, dripping wet. It was completely wet. The name of the dog is Tumbi. It was a black and white pet dog from Ambarathal. The dog Tumbi was completely drenched, means completely wet. Shankaran said, very poor dog. It must have started with Balamani Amma from Ambarathal. It was looking very poor, completely drenched. So, the Tumbi looked at them and they looked at Tumbi with pity. It was shivering in the cold. So, looking at it, Shankaran spread a gunny bag on the veranda and asked the Tumbi, black and white pet dog, to go and lie down on the gunny bag. In a storm like this, we can make a difference between a man and a dog. Tumbi went and slept on the gunny bag very contently. They spent the whole night in the southern room. By the time they woke up, the rain had stopped completely. Again, they heard some noise towards the doorstep, saying, "Please open the gate." Due to that sound, they all actually woke up. When they opened the door, they saw a young man standing at the gate. He said he was from Vadakara. And he also asked if everyone are all right here. Amma said, "Yes, of course, we all are all right. And we had no emergencies or we had no casualties." Amma asked, "Bala, how did you come from there?" He said that he started out at daybreak and waded through water. Amma said, "That's really smart." And he explained what are the things he saw while coming on the way. He said he saw a number of huts and trees have been collapsed, fowls lying dead everywhere, dead goats floating in the water. What a sight! Then Amma said, "Come in, Balan, come on, change your mundu." Mundu means lungi. Since he was completely wet, Amma gave him a mundu to change. Kamala Das happily asked, "Have you come from Vadakara with murukus or dates?" Balan replied, "No, child, I have come empty-handed," displaying his buck teeth. Immediately, Amma scolded Kamala Das, "Is this the time to ask for murukus and dates?" She felt very ashamed and put her head down. This is the actual story of my childhood in Malabar. Which place did they arrive to attend the birthday party? Yes, it is Ambarattal. Good. From Ambarattal, where did they move to see? Yes, it was a serpent shrine. What is serpent shrine? It's nothing but where the snake lives. That is Pambuputtu. Good. What is the meaning of trivial, students? Yes, trivial means important. What was the festival that was celebrated in Ambarattal? Yes, it is Nira festival. What did Amma give the children to play? Yes, it was a brass dice. What is the meaning of dusk? Dusk means after the sunset. Antonym of dusk is dawn. Good. What's the meaning of drench? Drench means completely getting wet. What is the meaning of Cheriyamma? Cheriyamma means in Tamil, Chitti. Which god did the servant call? Yes, it was my Guruvayurappa. What is the other word used instead of crying loudly? It is sob. Good. At the very first time, who knocked the door? Yes, it was a dog. Good. What was the name of the dog? It was Tumbi. Good. What was the color of the dog? It was black and white in color. Secondly, who knocked the door? Yes, it was Balan from Vadakara. Scenes or what are the sights that he came across while coming on the way to Nalapet? Yes, he saw the huts and trees collapsed, the fowls lying dead, dead goats floating in the water. These were the scenes or the sights that Balan saw while coming from Ambarattal to Nalapet. What did Kamala Das ask Balan as soon as he reached home? Yes, she asked whether he has brought murukus or dates. Did he bring murukus or dates? No, he came empty-handed. Did Ammamma scold Kamala Das for asking murukus and dates? Yes, she scolded Kamala Das for asking murukus and dates. Now, this is the evaluation part. Children, you have to identify the character or the speaker. You need to tell who said this. Why isn't the snake coming? Why isn't the snake coming? Who said this? Yes, it was said by Kamala Das. Good. Second, I wonder whether it's a cyclone. Who said this? I wonder whether it's a cyclone. Yes, it was said by Ammamma. I want to see Kuti Oppu. Who said that she wants to see Kuti Oppu? Yes, it was Malati Kuti. Will the house collapse? Who asked this? Will the house collapse? Yes, it was said by Muttasi. Is she crazy? Who asked this? Is she crazy? Yes, Muttasi asked. Good. Shall we recall once again? Identify the character. Why isn't the snake coming? Who said this? Yes, it was said by Kamala Das near the serpent shrine. I wonder whether it's a cyclone. Who was scared? Who said this? Yes, it was Ammamma. By hearing the noise from outside, she said that she wonders if it is a cyclone. I want to see Kuti Oppu. Who grumbled? Ammamma, that she wanted to see Kuti Oppu. Yes, it was Malati Kuti. Will the house collapse? Who asked this? Yes, it was asked by Muttasi. Due to the heavy wind, she was scared that the house will collapse. So Muttasi said this statement. Is she crazy? Who said this? This was said by Muttasi. When the servant hit her hands with the head, she said that she will die here itself without seeing her family members. Muttasi said whether if she is crazy. The next one is true or false. Droplets of rain glimmered on Ammamma's face. Think over the story, recap the story and give me the answer, children. Droplets of rain glimmered on Ammamma's face. Is it true or false? Yes, true. When Muttasi asked to close the windows or to shut the windows, Ammamma immediately went and tried to close all the windows very forcefully. At that time, few droplets of rain fell on the face of Ammamma. So the statement is true. Malati Kuti wanted to see Kuti Oppu. Malati Kuti wanted to see Kuti Oppu. So Malati Kuti insisted or grumbled Ammamma that she wanted to see Kuti Oppu. Is this true or false? Yes, it is also true. Ammai comforted Malati Kuti when she sobbed. Ammai comforted Malati Kuti when she sobbed. Is it true or false? Who comforted Malati Kuti when she sobbed? If it was Ammai or Ammamma? It was Ammamma. So the statement is false. Here, before the arrival of Ammai, Ammamma comforted Malati Kuti not to cry, so that Ammai will reach the home soon. So this statement is false. The coconut palm crashed down due to heavy rain. The coconut palm crashed down due to heavy rain. Is this true or false? Yes. Due to the heavy wind blew everywhere, we could see the coconut palms crashing down. So the statement is true. Once again we can recall true or false. Droplets of rain glimmered on Ammamma's face. True. Malati Kuti wanted to see Kuti Oppu. Is it true or false? Yes, true. Ammai comforted Malati Kuti when she sobbed. This statement is false because Ammamma comforted Malati Kuti, not Ammai. The coconut palm crashed down due to heavy rain. Yes, it was true. Because due to heavy rain, we can see all the coconut palms on the floor. So, this is a true statement. Thank you. Children, so far we have been dealing with the supplementary, A Childhood in Malabar, a memoir by Kamala Das. What is memoir? Memoir is a collection of memories that an individual writes about moments or events. And who is the author of the story? Yes, it's Kamala Suraya. What's her pen name? Her pen name is Madhavi Kuti. So, she is a famous Indian poet and also she has written many stories in Malayalam. And what are the awards she has received? Like Kerala Sahitya Academy Award, Sahitya Academy Award, Asian Poetry Prize, Kent Award for English Writing from Asian countries, Violet Award 2001 and so on. What are the learning outcomes of the supplementary? Reads a variety of texts in English, identifies the main ideas, characters, sequence of ideas and events and relates with his or her personal experience. So here Kamala Suraya, she has revealed her personal experience of her childhood days using the story A Childhood in Malabar. Response to a variety of questions on familiar and unfamiliar texts verbally in writing. And we can also see the Malayalam terms with the English meaning. Edathi. Edathi means brother's wife. Who is Edathi here? Meenakshi is Edathi here. Etan. Etan means elder brother. Who is the elder brother? It's Shankaran Nair. Who is Amama? Amama means mother's mother. We call as Amama. Muttasi. Muttasi means father's mother. Amama means mother's mother. Muttasi means father's mother. Tekini. Tekini means backyard. Tekini means backyard. Amai. Amai means mother-in-law. Amai means mother-in-law. Who is the mother-in-law here? Balamani. Balamani is otherwise called Kuti Oppu. She is mother-in-law. Cheriyamma. Cheriyamma means Chitti. Even in Tamil also we call as Chitti. So here we have come across many Malayalam terms with their English meaning. Like Edathi, Etan, Amamma, Muttasi, Tekini, Ammai and Cheriyamma. Children, you have to write the Malayalam terms with their English meanings in your rough note as a home assignment. Thank you so much.